Speak Up and Empower is an organization dedicated towards education, social impact, and promotion, focused on building businesses, communities, relationships, and lives that allow us to create and share our dreams. When we are able to approach life with a desire to allow the best in ourselves and all those around us, abundance of health, wealth, and love will naturally flow. Speak Up and Empower provides community members with the tools that they need to create and share their dreams. Authors of all forms, blogs, articles, magazines, books, copyright, bloggers and publishers, and course providers. Retailers, speakers, whatever way you connect with the world, we provide you with the tools that you need to be seen and heard. We will guide you, educate you, and support you, and empower you to realize the passion and turn your dreams into reality.
Namaskar. A very warm and good evening to all of you from India. This is Himangi Arora Mishra from India, Speak Up and Empower, and your very warm host for the day, wherein I have come with another episode of Real Talks World of Stories. As I have been waiting deliberately and desperately for today, because this is the first story session of 2021. I wish you all a very, very happy new year. I'm sure this is the new year with lots and lots of promising events and things in mind in future. So here I am with two of my lovely storytellers, Adhyan and Shefali Chopra ma'am. Namaskar. And
Namaskar.
today we are here. We are here with another wonderful story that we are going to have from our very dear Adhyan Das. Before we get ahead with our story, I just hope you all have been really happy and good in terms of your health, your mindset, and you are heading with lots and lots of hope because that has what we got as a gift of life from 2021. So here I am. I would request Shefali ma'am to actually take it ahead and help me understand what is your takeaway from 2020 and what is your gift for 2021, ma'am. Shefali ma'am, we can't hear you because you mute. You need to unmute.
I
Thank
realize
you.
that. Yeah, hi everybody. 2020 is a gift, if you really ask me. It has taught us to be connected. It has taught us so much more. It has taught us to be patient. It has taught us that how we have to spend time with ourselves, how we have to spend time with people who matter. How can we make a difference? I am sure that there have been dips in people's lives, but I can tell you they have only emerged as better human beings. And that's important. We have all learned our lessons beautifully well. It's been quite a journey for everybody. I think introspection for me was the biggest word that I can use for 2020.
Great. Amazing.
To add to this, Himangi, I must say, I am sure another couple of months or so, we will all have our stories of 2020. So just keep waiting for 2020 stories.
I am eagerly waiting, ma'am. I have so many students, who tell a lot. I have so wonderful friends who are having abundance of experiences. And with that, I just want to hear from our dear storyteller, Adhyan, that what is his idea of the takeaway of 2020 and, coming to that with the gift for 2021.
Well, first of all, I would say good evening to all the viewers and everyone who is watching us. So, my takeaway was from 2020. Everyone was saying that it was a bad year, but I think it may be a bad year, but we had many learnings from it. First of all, we should take care of our health, and it's the truth that we should and wash our hands regularly, which we didn't do. But now, when COVID came, we started doing, and that was a good habit. We got time to spend with our family, our friends, which may have forgotten, the habits, the hobbies, which were left behind in our day to day life. We met all them. So I think it was a positive year with some positive learnings and life lessons. And my gift for 2021 is just we continued with the learnings that we got, with the new habits which were important, but we realized them in 2020. It's not late, and we should follow up.
How lovely put up, Adhyan. That's so beautiful. For me, I think 2020, I can declare it as a year. We were all sieving things that are important and let go of things which are not so important.
So true. So it was the year of learning, it was the year of understanding and resonating, and the year of resilience, because that was what exactly taught to us in 2020, that we have to bounce back. And I'm sure there are a lot of skills that needs to be polished to get that bounce back factor. And with that, we are going to bounce back our Speak Up and Empower real stories, the world of stories, with our next story from the epic of Mahabharata, as we are taking ahead, because Mahabharata, I believe, has always taught us the life lessons which are relevant, which were relevant. And now today, Adhyan is here with another story from Mahabharata, wherein we'll get to learn another life lessons. So, Adhyan, I would request to start the story session. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. First of all, I would start again. Hello to the viewers, namaste, and hope you all celebrated Christmas and New Year with your loved ones. Welcome to yet another story session from the epic Mahabharata. Today's story is a short and sweet one that helps us to relate to the saying, practice makes a man perfect. So let's begin. Mahabharata, as you know, is the story of Kauravas and Pandavas, who were cousins. Pandavas were five brothers: Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev. Each of them had distinct strengths, yet they were all driven by a common goal: to strive for excellence. One night, Arjun was strolling around their home school when he saw some faint movement and quiet sound from a dark corner. Arjun got inquisitive and approached the dark corner. To his surprise, he saw his brother, Bhim, sitting in the corner and eating food. Surprised Arjun asked Bhim, "Brother, what are you doing here in the dark corner? It's so dark here, I can hardly see you." Bhim got surprised too. He replied, "Calm down, brother. Come, have some food with me." Arjun got amused and asked Bhim, "Brother, it's pitch dark here. I wonder, how are you able to put food in your mouth? I can barely see my hands." Bhim replied, "Brother, mouth is stationary, but hands are not. You should know that our hands have eyes too. It's all about practice, my brother, all about practice." Bhim's words greatly inspired Arjun. He immediately went to the pre-field and started practicing archery in the dark. Watching him shoot the arrow on the target board, their guru, Dronacharya, got surprised. He went to Arjun and asked him, "Son, why are you practicing at night? I have not yet you taught this." Arjun replied, "Gurudev, I got inspired by Brother Bhim. I saw him eating his favorite food in the dark without missing a single bite. He told me that our hands have eyes too. So, if he can use his hands to reach his mouth, I can also use my hands to target the board. I am practicing the same. Drona felt so proud of Arjun and showered his blessings on him. Drona said, "Son, you are on the right path. Every warrior has two friends, practice and caution. And at the same time, each warrior has two enemies, sleep and tiredness. One who is able to master sleep and tiredness with practice and caution is a true warrior." That's the end of today's inspiring story that is so relevant even today and will remain so in the times to come. Thank you.
Adi, I think I don't know whether I should call you, but this is a social platform, but I can call you Adhin. Um, Adhin, you always, bring another insight with your expressions, the way you bring the stories, and I'm really glad that we have actually started this, series of these sessions where we come across so much of the insights from such an old, rather a complete epic, of course. But the part that you always choose, just to mention that he has the complete authority what he is going to project. So he comes with a story. So
It's
the things that you
beautiful. I
choose
think Adhyan
are
made it beautifully. I love the story, Adhyan.
Thank you,
right.
ma'am.
So this is something which you are doing as a job, and it is wonderfully done. With the things that we have come across, I would definitely love Shefali ma'am to bring the insight and open up, unfold the entire story to all the students, the women, the entrepreneurs who are there, because I'm sure this life skill that Adhyan has talked about is going to be helpful for numerous number of people. So, Shefali ma'am, what is your insight to the story? Please, give your
Life
expertise
begins.
unfolding.
Life begins at the end of the comfort zone. And that's a fact. Whether you like it or not, we all have dreams and we all want to accomplish those dreams. But the thing is that you have to work towards it. You have to be dedicated towards it. That is very important. You have to be focused, consistent, and you have to be determined. That's very important. And I must say, when there is lack of dedication, it's actually an insult to who believe in you. That's, one needs to really, really, really work hard to be able to achieve one's dreams. It's very important. The story itself determined that how it was so dark, but he went on and on and on. So it doesn't matter what your circumstances are, but you have to go on and on, focused. And once you are focused and your goal is clear, I personally feel the goal has to be clear. If one thing does not work, it's okay. But the plans should change. You can, if not the plan A, maybe the plan B, maybe the plan C, but goal cannot change. And if you are consistent and persistent, I don't think anything can stop you. It's all about a matter of putting that kind of effort in whatever you do in life. That's important. Even till date, this is relevant. This you cannot take away. When you are dedicated, you can achieve anything in this world. But it's, the problem with people today is they have lots of dreams, but then the thing is they don't put that kind of effort. But without effort, nothing works. I think that's my take on this. That's what I feel. Yes.
Very true, Shefali ma'am. This is very true that we definitely, lack somewhere. And I think Adhyan has rightly put, or the story in itself, given an insight from an educator, the master, for his students, that the two enemies are, one is the sleep that actually, distracts, the laziness that distracts each and every person in our lives, and of course, because every student every entrepreneur, everyone who has to push or pull himself towards the goal which he or she has decided, this is the very prominent distraction. I want to sleep. I am late. I might not be able to reach to that level. So, what is that very motivating factor that helps you to keep pulling yourself towards your goal? I would like Adhyan to answer this because Adhyan is definitely a student, an explorer, and of course, the one who has definitely, found different layers while preparing the story for us.
Yeah, I think the motivation, maybe some other person motivates you, but the real motivation is you for yourself. If you have a concrete dream and excitement to meet that dream, you will be motivated. Of course, sometimes person gets motivated, demotivated also, but he should think of the dream and get motivated and start working. Maybe he fails once or twice, but he should never give up. Never give up is the motto of the great warriors.
I think, Adhyan, you have cracked the entire system of the ideology where people think that they cannot, continuously think about their goals. That, yes, very truly said that the motivation can be from somewhere else, but the inspiration has to be maintained. So, inspiration can be the goal itself. Why to worry about the motivating factors? Why not make your goal your motivation? This is something which is very beautifully marked by you, and I have never expected this from you at this very early age. So, with that, Shefali ma'am, I want to hear from you. What are the tips that you give to your students when they look for the motivation within themselves? What should they do to have that? As you said, that there has to be a consistent effort which students should look forward to. How do you, how would you say that the students should prepare themselves to continuously, efficiently, and effortlessly be keep themselves motivated towards the goal?
Yeah, I agree. First of all, Himangi, everything starts with acceptance. You need to know that this is what I accept, this is what I need to do. And the minute that happens in your mind, you realize that different avenues start opening up for you. When you realize, until unless you realize, you will not move forward. Obviously, there is a lot of dedication that has to be put in. There has to be hard work, a lot of hard work. Unfortunately, when we hear about success stories, we only hear about success when they're up there.
Exactly.
We don't realize that people have gone through these little things over years to be where they are.
Right.
That is important. You have to be dedicated, you have to be focused. There are so many distractions today in the world, but if something that's important for you, you have to be focused about it. You cannot be easily dissuaded by the situation that we are given. There is Facebook, there is Instagram, there's Twitter, there's LinkedIn, all these kind of things, games. There's so many things. People are getting dissuaded. People waste a lot of time on this. But if you are focused, nothing can stop you from where you want to be. And of course, as I have a couple of times I've mentioned it earlier, that everybody has their own pace. For somebody, it is faster. For somebody, it's a bit slow. But then at the end of the day, what is important is that you will reach there. It does not matter whether you're slow or you're fast, because you are only competing with yourself and not with others. That is what you need to remember.
So very true, Shefali ma'am. This is such a beautiful insight that yes, we are not competing to anybody. And a lot many times I'm sure when children are practicing, they're practicing so hard, they're working so hard, and they are definitely improving. They reach towards like maybe a one just a step, but they're moving towards their goal. But still, when they don't evaluate on the right parameters, when they don't evaluate themselves with their own journey, they come across a lot of disappointment. And as I always say to my students, that as achievement is a habit, disappointment is also a habit. So one should not practice disappointments by keeping the wrong expectations and comparing themselves to different people who are doing maybe differently in their lives. They have their own set of struggles, their own set of achievements, and you have your own set of struggles and achievements. So we should definitely have the sense of resonating the idea that one should be unique, and we are unique. We have our own journey which we need to follow and move with. Anyways, I just want to ask one more thing from Adhyan. Adhyan, how do you think, or how important do you think is practice in your life? Do you practice your things practically?
Yeah, I practice, and I think everyone should practice because if you need to make a goal, you have a dream. Everyone has their own dreams too, but seeing dreams are good, but working towards them is great. And I would like to mention a very famous saying that if you don't sacrifice for your dream ultimately becomes the sacrifice. And the meaning of this saying is you should practice hard. Maybe you need to come out of your comfort zone, but do the needful. Otherwise, your dream will not be in a comfort zone, and then you will struggle and will be sad, disappointed. Let's practice and make things happen.
How beautiful, Adhyan. Actually, nothing grows in the comfort zone. It is only when you step outside that you experience things. And of course, stay hungry, stay foolish. And this concept of sleeping all the time, it doesn't work. You have to little bit deprive yourself of the sleep and go follow your dreams.
Very true, very true. And I am totally, got mesmerized the way Adhin, you have become a different kind of speaker. I think in 2021 I can seriously see and visualize you as a speaker who has the understanding of what impact the words can create. And I'm glad to have you here. With that, I have a different side, as I always do. As you said that one needs to practice for the goal and master. Shivali ma'am, how a person can get the idea? Sometimes we say कि मछली तो पानी में ही तैरेगी और पेड़ पे नहीं चल सकती और उड़ नहीं सकती. तो how one can identify, just to elaborate, a fish can't fly and a bird can't swim. How a person will identify that whether a person is working or doing the hard work in the right direction? Because I think that is very important, because it also brings a sense of responsibility towards your own efforts, whether I'm doing the putting all my energy in the right zone or not. A person who is a laborious person, if does not know where to put the energy and how to do that, then what happens? Then again the same situation comes. So how a person should identify that whether the practices that a person is required to do, मास्टर करना है तो पता तो हो कि क्या मास्टर करना है. They should know what to master, right? So I just want to understand from you, what is your insight on that? Because I think that is also a different angle of the story.
You know what, Himangi? The beauty is that we all are different. You cannot compare a mango to a lychee tree.
Correct.
You cannot. I am I, and Adhyan is Adhyan. That's the beauty of us. We need to accept it. We cannot compare. As simple as that. There is no high funda. But I can tell you, The minute you realize that we are all different and we all specialize in our own fields, I am different and you are different and somebody else is different. That is the beauty of us as human beings. I cannot be you and you cannot be me, but I can appreciate you and you can appreciate me. That's the beauty. Unfortunately, when we are something and we look at the others, we feel, this person is not really like me. But that it should not be, it shouldn't be. That's my message to the world. We are all different and let us actually celebrate our being different. That's very important.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much, Shefali ma'am, because
Thank you.
identifying the uniqueness is very, very important.
Yes,
I
it
would
is. It
like
is.
to I would like to sum up our session with your points, Adhyan. How would you like to put a closure to this very session of yours? What is the message that your story has? And then, Shefali ma'am, I would look forward to yours as well. So, Adhyan, we would like to hear from you.
If we crack our session and my story, we have some common messages, which are very simple, and everyone says, yet they are very important. First is obviously practice makes a man perfect, so practice. And second is never give up.
Sure.
These these are the give takeaways from my session and story.
So here I'll bring a closure with the statement where our dear, rather very honorary personality, Dr. Miss, you know, Vivekanandji, he said it, awake, arise, and reach to the goal. Till the time you are not reaching there, you need to work hard. So I think you should not give up till the time you reach your goal. So you have to reach your goal. A person who's in the race has to reach the last point, has to go ahead with the swing and the enthusiasm till the last moment. I think that's what the story has brought as a message to us. With that, Shefali ma'am, I would also like to hear from you. What is your insight from the story?
My insight from the story is please do not give up. Keep going. And I think dedication is the most important thing. And being consistent. That's, I mean, you cannot beat on that. Definitely not. एक सपना देखना एक अलग बात होती है मगर उस तक पहुंचना बहुत अलग होता है. Every step that you take, trust me, even one step at a time, I can tell you we're not failures. One step at a time is only going to take you forward. When we look back, it is to see, it's to so-called joining the dots. You got to see behind, look if you're fine. But there is no comparison. Where you are today, you will only go forward. For everybody, we will only go forward as human beings. We cannot really go in the past. Aaj jo hai, wo hai. Right now, it is what it is. We cannot change it. What we were yesterday, we have to be different. People think, oh my God, 2 years ago I was different and today I'm different. But excuse me, if we are not different, that is a problem because we need to grow. We need to grow every day. We need to water our thoughts. We need to water our own self, our inner self every day with a consistent effort and a dedication that we cannot leave. And believe me, trust me, we are going to be different people another couple of months if we keep working on it. सिर्फ ये है, वो कहते हैं ना, हथौड़ा मारते रहता है, हथौड़ा मारते रहते हैं, but that last one little hit changes it all. So you never know when it's going to change. When is the caterpillar going to transform into a beautiful butterfly? Even the caterpillar doesn't know. Trust me.
Beautiful, Shefali ma'am. But इससे पहले कि हम इस session को we get to the end, I just want some again another question struck, and I want this to be asked on the platform.
Sure.
I believe that we are in the era of technology. I believe that we are looking forward to the smart work.
Absolutely.
Can you please identify the difference between a smart work and a hard work? And how can we take both of them together? Because do you think, like, again, do you think they can be together? Or do you think that smart work is not the hard work?
No, I think smart work is the hard work. Couple of months ago, if you would ask me, I would not know what is Zoom. I wouldn't know what StreamYard is. I wouldn't know about other things like LinkedIn or like Instagram. But it was the hour of the need of the hour. Sorry. So it was really important for us to learn this. Very important. I mean, if we wouldn't learn all this, we would be eons back. And Aj, because we did it, we are here where we are today. We are conducting so many workshops. We are doing so many webinars purely because we learned to change as human beings. We learned how to move forward and not sticking on to those old age thought line. That is important. With time, you need to move. When the time moves, you need to move with time. That's very important. People get confused. It's not like we are leaving our roots, for God's sake. We are not. But we have to move forward. That's
Yes.
important.
So I think what I have got as an insight is that smart work is the hard work enabling yourself and accepting the adaptability, and the resilience is in combination when done with lots and lots of effort is the smart work. The era is defining us with the same. So I'm sure the students out there who are going to appear for board examinations and different entrance examinations do the smart work by doing it consistently, by enabling yourself with the techniques and ideas and technology, and taking yourself ahead and reaching the goal. So, with that, I will close the session. But again, as we always have a twist that Adhyan brings with his trivia, I would request Adhyan to bring that on the platter so that we can end the show here.
Yeah, so let us time travel back to our previous session. And in the previous section, I asked a question that the name of Ekravia's son. Now, I know people were busy celebrating Christmas and New Year with their loved ones, and I think it's very important to spend time with your family, friends. So, we didn't have a winner, but I would like to announce the answer, and the answer was Ketuman is the name of Ekravia's son. Now, let's move forward to today's quiz question and fun fact. So, first, let's begin with the fun fact. And the fun fact is that did you know that Bhim had the strength of 10,000 elephants? And this strength, rather, this boon, was provided by him from the king of snakes or Cobra. Now, this was the fun fact, and now let's come to the trivia. So, the trivia is you need to tell us the name, or rather the relationship which Bhim shared with the King of Snakes. So please comment it down on YouTube, Facebook, all the other platforms where we are live. Speak Up and Empower has their account, and we please let us know. I would announce the answer with the winner's name in our next session.
Thank you so very much, Adin, for such a beautiful, the inside facts from Mahabharat. And I'm sure many of us definitely don't know what was the name of Eklavya's son. And yes, thank you so much for considering the fact that people were busy celebrating their New Year and Christmas with their young, dear ones and youth and every party, the people who were doing. So thank you so very much for being so considerate for that reason. And
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so very
much,
much
Adhyan.
for giving
Thank you
us
so
another
much. Thank
question.
you, Himangi. It was a beautiful session and we all loved it. And of course, we forgot to wish our audience Happy New Year. And this year gets everybody to dream more and hope more and realize more.
Thank you so very much, Shefali ma'am, for such a chirpy and charming New Year wish. And yes, we will be coming with another story and looking forward to the answer to the trivia that Adhyan has marked. So, with that, I will request you to keep watching us every Sunday, 8 p.m. IST, because we are bringing a plethora of stories in 2021. And yes, do join us on the youth platform of Speak Up and Empower India. The details are there on Speak Up and Empower website. That is a free membership that we are looking forward to the youngsters and youth of the nation. And I will be happiest to have the young minds joining us in the league of Speak Up and Empower India. So, with that, wishing you all a happy Sunday evening. Namaskar.
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 Thank you. Bye bye.